guys. Much like Poker2Nite host Joe Sebok, our first Girls of Poker hottie is a Cal Berkeley grad. And unlike Mr. Sebok, she actually made some money at the LA Poker Classic. Congrats. Welcome, Lauren Kling.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
So you ran pretty deep in the LAPC main event, so tell us how your week went and how that went down.
The week was going pretty well up until day 3, and I ran into some tough hands and went into day 4 with about 15 big blinds and ended up busting with 8-4 offsuit. I jammed 6 big blinds.
Obviously you're in tournaments to win money, but is it any consolation to be just the last woman standing?
I don't really care about being the last woman standing. As long as I'm the last person standing, that's all that matters. I just play to win.
You just want to play.
Yeah.
Well, that's why you're pretty big in poker now. Do any of the male players ever treat you differently?
It really depends. It's completely dependent upon each table. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, and it really, really depends.
Well, I guess the real question would be, if you're at a table with 8 other players, how many of them try and hit on you? Like 8?
Sometimes, you know, it varies.
Hopefully maybe some friendly tips. So you're dating online poker player Mike Sowers. How do you guys help each other with your games, or do you?
Yeah, we help each other a ton. We discuss hands, go over any questions that I have usually, and just talk about the game a lot, and it really helps.
Well, enough about poker. How do you spend your free time away from the felt and just having fun and living your life like a normal, young hottie? Poker hottie.
I do Pilates like 3 to 4 times a week, so that's a huge part of my life, and working out. I love to go shopping.
Don't we all?
Yes,
Don't we all?
Exactly. And other than that, I've just been playing a ton of poker and traveling for the most part, so.
Well, thank you for joining us, Lauren. We'll be featuring a new Girl of Poker each week this season. We want you to tell us who you'd like to see, so go to our Facebook fan page and give us some suggestions.
When we come back from break, Trishelle Canatella joins us in studio to discuss her WPT Celebrity Invitational Final Table run. Poker's biggest tournament, the World Series main event, is just around the corner, and UB.net wants to send 5 of our Poker2Nite viewers there to compete for a shot at poker immortality. To get in on the action, simply go to UB.net and sign up for a new account with the Poker2Nite referral code. You'll then receive an entry to one of our satellite tournaments for a chance to play in the main event final qualifier on June 6th. Finish in the top 5 of the final qualifier and you'll be on your way to Vegas with UB.net picking up the tab. While there, you'll get access to all the UB.net parties and a personal training session with either Phil Hellmuth or Annie Duke. So head over to Poker2Nite.com now for all the details, and hopefully I'll be seeing you at the main event this summer. Welcome back to Poker2Nite. Scott Huff alongside Joe Sebok. Trishelle is here, but before we talk to her and put her on the clock, let's take a look back at the WPT Celebrity Invitational red carpet.
So Jenny, you're here. I know that this is raising money for charity and you do charities yourself. Tell us a little bit about that and what brings you for the WPT invitation.
Well, Shannon Elizabeth, who's a friend of mine, called me and said, you know, there's a really great charity happening this weekend that helps the homeless get them back on their feet. And I'd yet to hear a charity that does that, personally, after all the ones I hear in LA. And I told her, yeah, you know what, that one sounds very intriguing to me, and I'd like to give back and show off my poker skills.
It's a lot of fun. I mean, acting, at the end of the day, once you reach a certain level, you got a lot of free time on your hands. And so it's a great way to pass the time, get to know people, and then also, I mean, playing poker well is being a good actor. And obviously, we all enjoy doing that. So I think that's why we gravitate towards it.
The last time I played poker was last year's poker tournament. But it's fun. It's so much fun. That being said, even though I don't play poker, I was here for the last hand of the night. Hours and hours and hours later, I was shocked that I actually knocked out one of the pros at one table. He's like, "You're the most dangerous person on the table. You have no idea what you're doing."
Do you have any poker skills? Have you
We're about
ever
to find out, aren't we?
Awesome. Well, best of luck in there.
Thank you so much.
A lot of big celebrities at that. Always in Hollywood. We did a shot with Bob Guinea from The Bachelor.
Absolutely, and Jesse Spencer from House. So they missed that on the red carpet. We conspicuously snuck away.
Indeed. Well, now we have another celebrity with us, and poker player Trishelle Canatella. Thanks for being on the show, and congrats on your final table.
Thank you, guys. I'm excited.
Hey,
Going into the final table with like $1.5 million in chips, I heard toward the end of the final day of play, you were kind of bullying people around a little bit, bullying around the short stacks.
Just a little bit.
Did you have a specific strategy going into the event, or did you just kind of get cards and start playing accordingly?
This is probably, well, this is the 4th year, I think, that I played the Celebrity Invitational, and basically the first day I just wanted to play really tight, and the second day, and the first day is like fun anyway. Everyone's just kind of like hanging out, and you're like, oh, Mark Wahlberg's here, and you know, whatever's here.
I didn't realize that the Invitational went past the first day. I'm usually out of that.
This is the first year that I make day 2, and so day 2 it was more like, you know, no partying, no looking at seeing who's around you, like just straight like playing. And then I started getting more aggressive, and toward the end I don't know, I had a couple good hands. I got lucky once or twice. I remember I had a hand against the executive producer of The Hangover. Anyway, I had 7s and he had 5s, and we're both all in, and he flops a 5, and I'm like getting my purse, like standing up to go, and then on the turn 7. I was so excited. So.
But that's not you getting lucky. I mean, you had the best hand going in.
You're right, yeah. But I thought it was all over after the flop. So yeah, I was pretty happy.
Well, you know, you mentioned at the beginning of these events, it's usually more about fun and drinking, and apparently we had a little too much of that, and didn't come back for day 2. So were there anybody interesting at your table? Any interesting poker players at your table?
Yeah, well, Thor Hansen is at the final table with me, and he is a really funny guy, and he's won 2 bracelets. You know, he's
great player.
He's a good player. And but I was really, really excited because the guy who plays Detective Batista on Dexter was at my table. David Zaya, I think it is, and he was to the left of me. Whenever there was, I think, 8 people left, and so I was really excited about that.
I mean, obviously, it's fun to talk about the celebrities, but certainly there was a lot of poker being played. Yeah. So, you know, my question is this all of your own teaching? Had anyone sort of been, you know, teaching you how to play poker? You know, obviously not in the tournament, just kind of, you know, giving you some tutelage, just in your career in general.
I've been playing poker for about 7 years. I learned when I was 23, and I sort of taught myself through Poker for Dummies cards. Somebody gave it to me as a joke, and so, you know, I looked at the cards and I learned. And so I started playing home games, and then I played my first live tournament at Caesars a couple years ago, and I won it. And it was a small tournament, but I was still really happy that I won.
A win is a win.
Yeah, a win is a win, right? And so after that, I just started playing more charity tournaments and got a little bit better. And fortunately, I have a couple friends. I would consider you a friend too in the poker world that are really good, and I just sort of listen. I listen to everyone talk about it, and just being around it sort of helps, and yeah.